Okay, guys, today we're streaming the Bible again. We are at it. The last recording was garbage. I had to scrap that and restart this whole thing. So, today we're streaming Genesis chapter 2. That's all.
Chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made, and blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made.
Everybody deserves some rest, guys. W for God, just taking some downtime and just chilling, yo. W's in the chat.
These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to...
So, God just did some monumental work right there. He's putting shit on the ground to grow. He's doing a lot, so, he deserves it. W's in the chat. Yo, all the farmers out there working their ass off, you deserve it. You deserve a round of applause, guys. You guys are out there working your ass off so you can feed us, the whole nations. Fucking man, W's in the chat for you guys.
Upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed...
Before we get into even forming things out of dust, once again, W's in the chat for God just making rain. He just did that shit out of nowhere. He didn't even get water from anywhere. He just like rain. So, as I said, W's in the chat for all the farmers who just out there day in day out, raining, sunshine, snowing, whatever it is. You guys are out there. You're putting food on the ground for us. You're picking it. You're putting it all up. You're manufacturing it. You package it. Nigga, just W's in the chat, man. If it wasn't for you guys, a lot of people wouldn't eat. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. Because I heard, just the other day, I heard someone's like, why the fuck do we need farmers? Keep in mind, almost everyone was like, what? So it just proves to be like, it's not all of us are stupid. It's just that 1%. And hey, maybe they don't respect your work, but a lot of us do. So W's in the chat for farmers. God was the first farmer out here. Let's get into it.
his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Alright, for now, we're talking about Adam. This is where he made Adam, right? And I don't think he made Adam into flesh and bones. Because here it said, literally, I'll read the line myself. Here it said, and the Lord formed man of dust of the ground and breathed air into it. Right? So, I'm thinking Adam was just a dust monster. Right? Because God did not say, yo, I made flesh and bones. He said, I formed clay from the dust of the ground and breathed life into it. And man became a living soul. So it's not the flesh and bones that make you a man. But nowadays it is. But when God was first creating the first test dummy, it was not a flesh and bone. But we'll get into it. Tell me if it's a W analogy or an L analogy down there in the bottom of the comments, guys. I don't think Adam and Eve were made of flesh and bone. I just think they were made of dust, dirt, and had a living soul in them. That's it. nowadays there wouldn't be a man. An LGBT community, I'm not aiming at you, but he was not a part of you guys either. He was a man of spirit, man of soul.
And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And
Okay. I want to get deep into this. Like, I'm getting deep into this. I'm marinating it. So now I'm understanding that, yes, God did all of that great work, being a good farmer and all of that. And then he's like, to the east. To the east, right? So, if you're living in the western side of the world like I am, I'm living in Canada, it's more than likely was aiming over to Jerusalem and all over there. Right? It just makes sense. Or even a lot of like people are saying it was Africa. Somewhere in Africa the whole Bible started. Could be. It could be. And again, with all the other analogies like the Pangea whole thing where the whole land was just one and maybe it was on the east side of the world, I guess. Yeah, that's where Pangea was, and then it separated and farm over. And do your research. I can't recite everything right now because I'm talking about the Bibles, but if whatever it is, it was started eastward, and that's where he had his test dummies. That's where he had his lab rats, if you want to call it that. Right? And that's it. He's like, I have the labs. Here's the rats. Put the dust monster in it. Just let's call this dust monster Adam, right?
made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
No, that's personally part. That's the personal part where I'm getting at now. So he built a cage. He put us in the cage, and in the cage there's this big, beautiful thing called the tree of life. For life, what tree? Yeah, the tree of life. I don't know what. And he put it there. Why? What reason do you have to put that there in front of the test dummies? You understand? I don't think he's all seeing at this point because he can't be. Because he would have already know what's gonna happen. But hey, no spoilers, let's get into it. L for putting that there, but everything else, as he said, like the trees, the grounds, the everything else, yeah, W's in the chat, but the fruit, the tree of life, that's a whole L right there.
And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison. That is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium, and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel.
All right, Ethiopia. That's a location right there, guys. So, is it that the tree of life is somewhere closer to like Ethiopia, Africa? I want to pull the whole map up, but I don't have the whole setup yet, so I'm just doing it off my head. Ethiopia is somewhere like central east of northern east of Africa, I think. I'll look that shit up. And one of the rivers that are there are close to Ethiopia. So that's a starting point if you're gonna look for the tree of life or the roots or stumps or whatever. That's a good start for you guys if you're gonna do it. If you're not, let's get into it.
That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the 4th river is Euphrates. And the Lord God
Fuck.
took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. But
So, as I said it or expressed it or even condensed it so my brain can understand it, you put him in this big lab or this big cage called Eden. And anything and everything in it he can eat. That's all he heard. Keep in mind, he doesn't know anything. He just knows whatever is told to him. Right? So it's not like he knows wrong from right. It's not like he can do anything. He just knows exactly what was told to him. It's just like our moms being like, drink milk from my breast. And then she put us there. That's it. We put our lips on the nipples and we started to suck. That's all we know. We're just getting nourished. That, I don't know personally. I don't think that's a W theory. I don't. That's a W theory, but I don't think that's a W logic. Right? I don't know, guys. That's not a W logic. That's an actual L.
tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day thou shalt surely die.
Now, I finally deeped a different way he was trying to say, yo, don't eat that, don't eat from that tree. It's not that you'll surely die, it's that you'll surely be dead to me, nigga. That's it. That's all God was saying. You're gonna be dead to me. Because once you have knowledge of what I'm doing, once you know this is Epstein Island, minus all the Epstein type shit, you're dead to me. Hey, if this is the God you're worshiping, this is how I'm seeing it. If you're not gonna stand up for the man, using his own words, you might, I don't know, L. It's an L. Because he's a liar. He's a fucking liar. What? Why tell such a lie too? Like that's the thing. You're supposed to be our leader. You're supposed to be the guy we look towards. Why are you lying to us? But anyways, I'm not giving away the spoilers. There's no spoilers giveaway. Let's get into it.
And the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. Will make him an help meet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast. But for Adam there was not found an help meet for him.
So Adam is just walking around naming things, y'all. Like that right there is a parakeet. That right there is a pigeon. And that right there, that's a cow. But what happened to the one that doesn't have any nipples, Adam? We're gonna call that one a bull. Huh. Makes sense. What about that big animal over there with furry things all over him? We're gonna call that bitch a lion. Lion, eh? What about that big fucking thing over there with chunks? That's mammoth. Mammoth exists at that time, I hope. Or I'm thinking. It's not an elephant yet. It's just a mammoth. And what about that thing with the toots over there, all out of his mouth? Sabertooth. Sabertooth? You think that's enough? A saber-toothed tiger. And God was like, I fuck with that, Adam. I fuck with that. W's. Some of the shit this nigga was giving was giving. W's. W's. Nigga, what the fuck? W's.
The Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept.
Yeah, I totally forgot that the Bible said God Adam was feeling a bit lonely. Right? He was by him lonesome. I'm a man. I have no woman. You see all these animals loving and fucking and living, right? Producing and all of that. But he was all by him lonesome. Now this is where me and my friend were like, God should have probably gave Adam a bro, like a bro. Why not give? Why only one rat? That's insanity. Like if you do that shit nowadays, that's really crazy, and people like look at you like, why do you do that? When God did it, yeah, it's all good. It's all good in games till his nigga is lonely. Well, this dirt monster is lonely, and then, hey, why not give him a friend? God had a whole nother plan. Let's get into it.
And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman. And
before we get even into this woman thing, I want to show you the inconsistency with this thing. God just said he made dirt and this and that. He did not construct anything. So I guess there's a bit of a time skip between Adam coming in, him making all the animals, him getting lonely, and then Badam, Adam, fall to sleep. Here comes Eve. Ta-da-da-da. My thinking is, how long of a time skip was that? Was it like, this is really realistic. Adam was probably there listing animal names for like, give or take 5 years. And he was having fun. He was eating everything. He was enjoying life. But after 5 years, he's like, sit down. A whole nother year passed. He's like, damn, I'm really just out here by my lonesome. Boom. And then comes the woman. But where in between that whole time skip did he change from a dirt monster to a flesh huffing person? To the point where he's even developed bones and structure and ribs. That's my whole thing right there. It seems like something has just been taken out, or it seemed like there was supposed to be a second memoir going into like deeper details, which we didn't get. So L on the story writer for this part. What the fuck was going on there? I don't know. But if that's not concerning to you guys, you should probably look into that.
to the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's not how it sounds. A man should leave his father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and shall be one flesh. Not one of flesh, one flesh. This is how it sounds to me. Adam gave birth. God was the birth gift. Like the doctor in the room giving the birth thing, whatever. And Adam gave birth to his daughter. Right? His daughter is called Eve, but she's born a full-grown adult. And God is like, you know what would be the funniest thing? If you married your daughter. Yeah, she's everything from you. She's your damn DNA. She's like identical DNA. Because there was no mother. It's just you, Adam. And this is your daughter. You gave birth to her. I think you should marry her. You know he's getting this fucking L. That's an L of whatever explanation that is. That's not good. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. L. And then who is he leaving? Adam had nobody else. Adam had no fucking mother or father. You put him here. Who is he leaving? It's so inconsistent. Whoever wrote this part was just on some drugs. He was cracking it up. But let's hear what happened.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Chapter 3.
Guys, we're at chapter 3 now. And if you haven't locked in from chapter 1, I understand. So, I would love if you guys just follow the journey. I'm learning about the Bible myself because I'm so tired of not understanding it and just hearing a lot of baloney about it. Like, you pushing your narratives on me because it's in the Bible. Let's get down to the root of it. I'm not a pastor, but I'll be reading this Bible as a misogynistic asshole. So, I guess like everyone else, I guess. So, lock in. Thanks for watching the video if you did to this point. And, just decide if this one was an L or a W adaptation, guys. It's all up to you. Thanks for watching.